Welcome to another episode of Salty Country. First off, I want to thank everyone for all the support. We just passed our 1-year anniversary for the channel. It's been a tremendous support. I just want to briefly go through some of the videos and talk about what kind of content we share. If you like kind of farm life and some beach life, coastal life kind of mixed in, or just adventures that folks do, check out our channel. If you like the content, subscribe. Alright, so we're up to 123 episodes the first year. Our latest episode was released 3 days ago. Melody and I were on the lake on the jet ski. Episode before that, we're on the four-wheeler kind of doing adventures on the farm. I was trimming, going through the bottoms to check the bottoms and run through a bunch of spiders. I should have focused a little bit more on that episode as far as capturing the webs that I run through, but typically I go down there and I run through a dozen spider webs and don't think anything about it. It just so happened this episode, when I was down there, I was kind of mentioning it, so we shared that content. But if you're afraid of spiders, the country's probably not going to be your friend. But we share a lot of content for like the normal life on the farm. Mowing. Melody shares some of the chicken content, just different things on the farm at different times in shorts. We've started the carport project. That's still ongoing. I'll have an episode coming up here shortly where I've got to fix a hose on the excavator. I went out there tonight. Had the excavator still up on the hill, getting ready to do some more work on that, and blew a hydraulic hose. So I'll probably do an episode on that hose repair on the excavator, but the retaining wall slash front walk to the front door, that project is still on our plate, so we'll be continuing that. Bobcat, yep, we do a lot of stuff with the Bobcat. Bush hogging, I gotta get back down in the bottoms and do some bush hogging with the tractor. It's starting to get probably a foot or two high. We share a lot of excavator content, Bobcat content. I've been sharing some of the content from some of the flights from work. Here recently, I've been flying a lot. We've got projects for my normal job. We got projects all over the southeast, so I'm in the air a lot here recently. So anyway, we shared the Statue of Liberty that's in Birmingham, so if you hadn't seen that episode, check that out. We've got several burn piles around the farm that we're going to burn this fall. The weather's been kind of crazy here. It's been hot and dry, or it would rain for several days. I got out this evening and I mowed the grass. Didn't film any footage. I've been trying to cut the grass this week, and today is Thursday and it's been wet the entire week. So anyway, got out, did that. You know, when you're out on a farm, or no matter where you live, if you live in the city and you have a yard that you got to mow, or a lawn that you got to mow, the weather kind of dictates what you do with it. But out here we have a lot of grass to cut, so anyway, it becomes a big deal when we get delayed for several days. So anyway, I got some content where we cleaned up the slope. I extended the slope behind the shed, and we did the parking spaces. Those were a pretty good series. We got a lot of views and a lot of good feedback on those. I've shared some of the crazy stuff I do with, I get a bright idea that I'm going to clean wheels that's been dirty for 10 years or ever how long. So I did an episode where I got the Dremel out and we cleaned some aluminum wheels. I will say, if you have new wheels, I don't recommend what I did, but the Suburban we have, it's a 05. It's not a beauty queen, so I'm not really very particular with it being perfect. So anyway, I cleaned the wheels. That worked pretty good. So I would, if you got an older vehicle and you want to kind of clean it up, then you maybe want to check this out. Just Melody shared a lot of shorts of different things around the farm. We had a lot of views for Chicken Nugget. Unfortunately, we lost Chicken Nugget. We moved him outside with the other chickens, and within a week he was dead. So anyway, so Chicken Nugget's gone. We've got 4 other babies that we raised kind of right behind him. They're what we call teenagers now. So they're out. We let them out every day. They get to run around with the big chickens. So anyway, chicken content. We share some content when we're in Florida. You'll see Axel and Sophie in some of the videos. Axel's our boxer, Sophie's our Chihuahua. We share a lot of that content. We're always doing something with equipment on the farm here or there. So there's a lot of that content. And of course, you can imagine in the summertime, we probably, between my house, my son's house, and my parents' old home place, we probably cut a few acres of grass. So anyway, grass is a big deal out here in the summer. Shared the content with the Hummer, sold it to my son, so it's next door. They're loving it. So it's still around, good vehicle. Shared contents with Bobcat, a lot of Bobcat. We've done a lot of cleanup around the farm, just clearing out the trees. Let's see, the pastures. Melody and I have worked in the pastures. There's a lot of content of that. We've made a lot of progress of thinning out the woods to where we can see through. Normally in the summertime, the woods have grown like really close to the house. We've cleared that out. We can see 50, 75, 100 yards now through the pastures from the house. So it's been a big improvement. But we've got several, as I mentioned, we got several burn piles. If I do any kind of maintenance on the equipment, I like to share that just so it's helpful to folks that has the same type of equipment. One thing that we did this year, we did my son's carport. We built a retaining wall, spread the gravel, and he had a carport put in. Had an issue where I knocked a hose off on the excavator, shared that episode. On my son's carport, we built a retaining wall for him to put his carport in. Shared the footage of backfilling that wall with the excavator. We bought the Striker trailer this year. The Striker trailer is a beast. That's probably been our most successful videos so far this year. It's at 5,000 and something views. But yeah, it's a great trailer, heavy duty. I recommend, if you want to check out trailer manufacturer. They're in Piedmont, Alabama. It's worth the drive. I'm not sure where you live, but if you're anywhere within a day's drive or 2 days drive, it's worth the drive to drive down. You can call them, they'll build you a custom trailer. Really good folks to work with out there. So anyway, yeah, the most successful video so far this year has been the Striker trailer review that we did. It's over 5,000 views. A lot of tree cleanup, taking out trees. Again, there's the carport stuff. We share some of our journeys between here and Florida. We'll share some of that stuff, and sometimes Melody drags me out with her to go shopping, so I share some of that content too. We put some lights on the excavator, a lot of excavator work. Down in Florida, we had the new windows put in the house down there. Took out a big tree out here on the farm, down by the burn pile in pasture 2. Extended the yard. That was a great episode. But just a lot of clearing videos. I shared some videos when we were troubleshooting the Hummer, just to let everyone know if you have an H2, you're troubleshooting any of that stuff. The Hummer was constantly killing the battery. I didn't drive it every day, so it would set a few days and the battery would be dead. So I chased that issue for several months, and it turned out that it was the instrument cluster had a malfunction. So I had the instrument cluster rebuilt, solved the problem. So anyway, my son has that now. Can't have any more issues with it. We did some driveway repair. We share a lot of content on down by the creek. Share some content, and we're going to be sharing more video content of Melody with the equipment. She was learning to run the excavator, did a pretty good job with that. So that's around halfway point. We shared some content from Florida in the middle of the winter, this past winter. It's amazing how different the weather is from here and 300 miles south. We travel a lot back and forth to Florida, but typically in the winter when the weather is 30s and 40s here, it's 50s and 60s in Florida. So anyway, we do a lot of that. Just a lot of videos of excavator and Bobcat. If you enjoy that type of stuff, just watching equipment. I've been in construction for years, and when we would start a project and I have graders on the job, to me it's kind of relaxing to sit out and just watch the landscape change when people's on a piece of equipment. So anyway, we shared some videos from Pensacola from the bubble sky they did. It was pretty cool. They shut a whole street down and they install a bubble sky over the streets. If you hadn't seen that episode, check it out. It's episode 36. We shared last year from the Blue Angels Air Show. That content's on here. Just a lot of content of myself or Melody cutting grass, Bobcat work, Bobcat and excavator. We shared the episode when we purchased the excavator, the Yanmar tractor. It's a beast. It's a workhorse here on the farm. It's the very first big piece of equipment that we purchased probably 15 years ago. Its main purpose is bush hogging and keeping the grass cut in the bottoms. So we share content with that. If you haven't seen the episode where I'm talking about the Yanmar 1700, it doesn't have a water pump. That's a very successful video. It still continues to get a lot of views. It's in the thousands of views, but check it out. We also checked out the foam cannon we purchased. Chemical Guys has a product. It's maybe advertised as no touch, but it's a better finished product. If you wipe down your vehicle after you spray the foam on it, it gets it really clean, like squeaky clean. Melody and I shared some videos on the beach in the winter time. Let's see, so we've made it to episode 1. So if you've never watched our channel and you're watching this, I invite you to go all the way back to episode 1, start there. I'm not typically a public speaker. I'm kind of push myself out there on the channel to kind of just share what we do. So anyway, some of these videos I kind of struggle through them sometimes, but I'm not one of these guys that does 10 takes and spends a lot of time. It's, hey, this is what I'm doing today, and if the content isn't perfect in this first year, we shared it because it just kind of is who we are. So anyway, we're going to hopefully improve this year. We're going to change up cameras. We're going to try different cameras. I've got on a wireless mic that I'm testing. I got it. It's supposed to work with the iPhone. We did the majority of our content was with the iPhone. So we may shift to a Nikon camera and start using the wireless mic more. So anyway, that's kind of a quick rundown of the channel. If you haven't checked us out, check us out. If you don't like our content, move on. If you like our content, subscribe, share it with your friends. That's all for this episode. And again, I want to thank everyone for all the support this year. It's been amazing. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.